Hello and welcome to this video where I am going to bring you an Aroma Point Therapy combination to help you step into your Leo lioness for this lunar cycle. So I'm Jenny King. I'm a licensed acupuncturist and an Aroma Point therapist. And Aroma Point Therapy is the marriage of an essential oil or the plant spirit medicine of that oil on an acupoint in the body. And we're looking for an energetic transformation to create movement and like sort of an embodied archetypal energy within you. And today that embodied archetypal energy is the energy of Leo, of the banked fixed fire in the zodiac. And I lead these moon circles, new moon circles, and in them we explore sort of the energy of it and how we can move through it as a way to recapture part of ourselves while that energy is active, and to move through our life with intention and attention to the different ways that we can be in the world and embody. So today we're going to embody the Leo lion through cardamom essential oil on an acupoint that is on our midline to help us breathe in our strength and majesty and the warmth that feeds us so that we can shine and really be in that lion energy. And I'm shaking my head because I think of the lion with its mane and its gorgeousness and its ability to be present and have presence. And so that's what we're gonna do. I am gonna grab my cardamom essential oil, and this one is diluted at a 30%. That means it's 30% cardamom essential oil, and then 70%, and I have carrier oil, which I highly recommend, jojoba. And this is a single point application on the body, so we're not putting it all over our body. We are just doing this one point in oil on our body for that transmission of energy. So instead of using acupuncture needles, which you're not an acupuncturist, we're going to use an essential oil so that you can capture that same sort of essence of the point, and without having to use a needle or really even just learn the whole system. I'm going to hand you just a piece of it to help us be in that Leo archetype energy. So here's what we're going to do. You're just going to place a drop of the oil on your finger, and you're going to put a generous drop on your finger. And then our point is called CV15 or conception vessel 15, and it is just below. So the conception vessel is this channel that runs along the front of your body. It is our archetypal, it is an archetype in and of itself, but it's that the feminine sort of self-care energy that we have that helps us be ourselves in the world, from a very more of our tenderness and our softness and just the ways that we move with ourselves. We can access a lot of that on this line that goes through the front of our body. So we're going to take our oil and we're going to place it on CV15. And that means that we are going to go just below, where the rib cage comes up and meets, and there's like a hot spot right underneath it. And it's often very, very hard. So light touch, just doing a light touch in that point. Bringing our attention and intention to this cardamom oil on this point. And if you don't have the oil, you can just place your finger here and use your imagination that you have this warm, sort of spicy, pungent, sweet oil beginning to seep into your body and circulate through your system. Just going to describe to you a little bit of what I'm feeling. And so if you actually do this with me, you can check it against your experience to see if it feels true for you. as I'm sitting, I can feel my diaphragm relax. I can feel actually the lower half of my body start to kind of come online and connect, whereas I feel like I'm coming deeper into myself, more grounded. I feel this like warmth as it starts to tingle through my arms and up into my face. I'm still feeling a little resistance at the level of my diaphragm. That's okay. I can tell things are starting to move. I feel my breath drop all the way down into my pelvic bowl as now my diaphragm is starting to soften. I'm just going to release. I just had a layer of letting go. You can hold as long as you'd like. I just don't want this video to get too long. But when you're done, take a nice deep breath of the oil. So what this point does is it opens and unbinds our chest, this holding that we have a lot of times in our chest. And it allows us to be able to relax past the diaphragm so that our mind, our conscious mind, and our deeper selves can connect more like our enteric nervous system. You know, that part of us that, you know, the enteric nervous system that's in our gut, and how we can come into a place of being able to receive, like really consciously receive nourishment, warmth, ourselves. Because a lot of times what ends up happening is we get stuck in a reactionary mode with the world. And then when we try to will ourselves into the world to do things. And if you think about like a lion and a Leo and their Majesty, they come from the inside out. So with this warm, circulating cardamom that goes into here, into this level at the diaphragm, we're able to kind of soften and relax and receive the nourishment that's within all of us, within our gut instincts, our ability, again, to take in nourishment. And then what happens is, then all of that can rise back up and feed our heart. Because the Leo is the fixed fire. They are very, like I always think of, every time I say Leo and I want to embody their energy, I want to tap my heart and bring, kind of do this. They have this like very heart-centered energy, but that heart-centered energy isn't just flinging it out into the world. It is very much connected in with the nourishment of the blood, being able to come back up through the diaphragm, because it's not constricted. It can come back up through the diaphragm and really nourish and feed your heart, so that when you shine, you are shining with your wholeness from a place of rich, spicy, warm fedness, presence, oomfa, majesty, yes, like there's this yes to life. And that is the energy of Leo. Leo is very optimistic and says yes and isn't afraid to let themselves shine. And in this world that we live in, a lot of times we shut ourselves down and are afraid to really shine in our Majesty for fear of being bullied or shut down or mocked, or just we're scared to let those most precious and tender parts of ourselves, or even just afraid to shine because we don't want to be judged. We're just afraid to come out and let those parts of us be. But that is the energy of the lion. The lion roars. The lion it has this warrior spirit, but it's also, there is this childlike presence to it too, because it just is being joyful and beautiful and present for the sake of being alive. And that is a tall order for an oil and point combination. But what it does, it allows enough of the relaxation for you to be able to connect to yourself so that you can really feel that rising energy and to come up and feed our heart, because our heart is often very starved because we get stuck here from fear, grief, sadness, sorrow, the world's heaviness on us, and we forget how to feed ourselves and have that sacred reciprocity with our own energy, because we're always pushing. And so this allows us to sit back and receive ourselves first, so that we may rise up in our strength. So that's what we have today. Cardamom essential oil with CV15 conception vessel 15 acupoint to embody our Leo Majesty. I hope you enjoy this. I will give you more information on how to dilute your oils and stuff in the links below, but I'd love to hear from you if you try it, how it goes, and have fun and play with this for yourself, and just as an exploration of being alive in this world. All right, so much love from my heart to yours. Mwah.